kami nakikiusap sana, Mr. President, na kung mari, we go back to the regional protocol noon na pagdating nung ating mga OFWs, swab agad sila. Then, they are quarantined for 5 days while waiting for the result of the PCR test. Kapag negative sila, then they can be transported to their final destination. Kasi, Mr. President, aside from the economic consideration, these OFWs have long missed their homes. Ang tagal nila abroad, kumikita, naghihirap para lamang kumita para sa pamilya nila. Ngayon, inuwi natin sila. And they have to stay for almost 14 days in quarantine. Notwithstanding the fact na after 5 days, they have been found to be negative. Bakit hindi natin sila pauwi, Mr. President? Kaya yun po ang pakiusap namin. Of course, I will still yield to the decision of the IATF, Mr. President. Kaya lang gusto ko pong iparating yung kalagayan ng ating mga OFW. Talagang hirap na hirap sila, Mr. President. They are crying.
I cannot compromise. There is no compromise here. Hindi ako magko-compromise. So, just an off-the-cuff statement before we make the final decision here. I cannot. I'm not ready for a compromise here. About lalo na ngayon.
The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. 4 crew members have been found dead, while 9 are still missing after their vessel, the LCT Cebu Great Ocean, ran aground in the waters off Surigao del Norte. To give us the latest on this incident, we have with us live on the ground, Jem Avancenia, reporting live all the way from Placer, Surigao del Norte. Good afternoon, Jem. What do you have for us?
Charles, the search and rescue operations are still ongoing for the 9 missing crew members of a landing craft vessel here in Surigao del Norte. This after their ship ran aground along the shoreline of Malimono on Monday. As of this time, 7 of the ship's 20 crew members have been found along the shores of Malimono and San Francisco. They were brought to the hospital and are now in stable condition. Unfortunately, 4 dead bodies were also recovered. The bodies have been taken to a funeral parlor in Surigao City and are scheduled to be transported to Cebu City tonight. One of the survivors, John Renzo Guanzon, told the News 5 team that it was Sunday evening when they found out that the chains of their anchors got detached to the big waves. The cargo ship was said to have loaded with nickel ore and some 2,000 liters of diesel. Because of the strong winds and huge waves brought by the Typhoon Bising, the vessel started moving away from shore. The ship then started tilting as water entered. This is when the crew decided to abandon ship. They tried to call for rescue, but no one came. Guanzon said he and his colleague Philip decided to swim to the nearest shore to call for help, but the huge waves made it difficult for them to reach the shore. Guanzon was found along the Malimono shore yesterday and was brought to a police station. The PCG said that aside from the search and rescue operations, they also deployed a team to check for oil spilled in the water. Charles, Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson Armand Balilo said they will conduct an investigation to the matter as soon as they wrap up the search and rescue operations. The PCG is also trying to know if the incident was indeed caused by Typhoon Bising or caused by human error. Charles?
Thanks for that, Jem. That was Jem Avancenia reporting live from Surigao del Norte. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 is still raised over parts of northern Luzon this afternoon due to Typhoon Bising. These include Batanes, the northeastern portion of Cagayan, and the Babuyan Islands. Typhoon Bising maintains its strength as it continues to move further away from the country. To give us more details on this, we have Ana Clauren again joining us on the line from the Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Good afternoon, Ana. Could you tell us where the typhoon currently is at?
Yes, good afternoon, Sir Charles. As of 10 a.m. today, it was estimated at around 375 kilometers east-northeast of Calayan, Cagayan, or at around 320 kilometers east of Basco, Batanes.
Right, Anna, are you expecting Bising to weaken before eventually leaving the PAR?
Yes, Sir Charles, this Typhoon Bising will gradually weaken throughout the remainder of the forecast period.
Right, it's been kind of rainy the past few days. Anna, until when are we expected to experience the effects of Typhoon Bising?
Typhoon Bising will still affect some parts of the northern Luzon, maybe I think until tomorrow morning. But the rest of, or over the weekend, the whole country will generally have a fair weather condition, aside from isolated rain showers, mostly in the afternoon or in the evening.
Anna, is it now safe for our fishermen to return to the northeastern seaboards of Luzon?
As of the moment, we have gale warning raised over the northern and eastern seaboards of Luzon. So it is not safe to venture out into the sea.
Thanks for that. Do we know when, where Bising is expected to go next?
Bising is expected to generally move northeastward and may exit our area of responsibility on Saturday evening or Sunday early morning.
Thanks for that, Anna. Once again, that was Pag-asa weather forecaster Ana Cloren. The World Health Organization warns that coronavirus cases are rising in all regions except Europe. The surge here in Asia is driven by India, where a new and more contagious variant is also emerging. Bloomberg's Rachel Chang reports on Bloomberg Daybreak Europe.
Rachel, when we look at what Anne-Marie and I have just talked about, it is about India, which is where the real global focus is. But talk us through the World Health Organization's top-line guidance. Good morning.
Hi, yeah, that's right. The World Health Organization is saying something that, as you said, the markets and people are finally starting to realize, which is that, the vaccines are not going to turn things around the way that people hope. That, in fact, in many parts across the world, we're seeing these variants drive surges and really outpace the pace of vaccination. India is a really good example. What's really concerning there now is that people have noticed, identified a new mutant that may be coming out of India that may be driving this surge. And we already see that identified in the UK and other places. So what's happening with this virus really is that it's spreading so quickly that some of these variants are essentially new viruses, and we don't know anything about how vaccines are going to stop those viruses, and that's why that whole mood around the pandemic has really turned around.
And what about in Japan? There's potentially a state of an emergency on the way. Do we have any more details about that?
Yeah, that's exactly the same thing happening in Japan, where the spread of the variant, first identified in the UK, it has really come really quickly. The country really left to the state of emergency only a couple of months ago, and now they're talking about going back into it. Of course, what we know is that the Olympics is only a few months away, and they are quite determined to hold the Olympics. Although with the variant going around like this, it could prove to be a super spreader event. Japan is now talking about doing things that it's never done before, such as closing all restaurants, just to try to get the situation under control.
Some LGUs have started offering COVID-19 vaccinations right from the comfort of the recipients' homes. This, however, is only available for members of priority groups who can't go to vaccination centers due to medical concerns. What's the process for home service vaccinations? Let's find out in this report from JC Cosico.
65-year-old stroke patient Joselito has been bedridden for 2 years now. His wife Priscilla takes care of him, but for her age, it's a grueling task.
Kailangan, alam mo, nagbubuhat niya minsan. 3 tao, 4 na tao, ang bigat. Nahihirapan, lalo na nasa 3rd floor kami. Diyos ko, hindi kakayanin.
Joselito is already qualified for COVID-19 vaccination, but with his condition, it will be hard to go to the vaccination center. That's why the Manila Health Department visited them instead for a home service vaccination.
Diyos ko, laking bagay nun. Tsaka at least, may protection. Kahit hindi siya lumalabas, mas gusto ko yun.
Susana's 83-year-old mother Adelina, also bedridden, also received her COVID jab at home.
Una-una, kung pupunta kami doon, mahirapan po kami. Saka baka po kasi si nanay prone na po sa mahawa. Kaya po ang laking bagay po na sila po yung pumunta sa amin.
Manila is focusing on inoculating bedridden citizens from the A1 to A3 sectors. Similar to on-site inoculation, vaccinees at home will undergo screening, counseling, and post-vaccination monitoring.
So, service ngayon ng City of Manila is pupunta na lang tayo mismo sa kanilang tahanan para to save them the inconvenience of walking or going to the vaccination site.
As Manila waits for its procured jabs and the national government's vaccine supply, it halted operations of 20 vaccination centers. But the city clarifies this does not mean depletion of supply.
Hindi naman totally walang-wala, pero wala tayong pa-deploy kasi either naka-reserve na siya for second dose patients or naka-reserve na siya for bedridden patients.
To date, Manila has vaccinated over 70,000 people from A1 to A3. Taguig has likewise started its home service vaccination for bedridden citizens this week. The city has vaccinated at least 23,000 residents so far. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again later at 1 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.